various.
Fake records.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2
All right. We're going to talk about presidential portraits, famous photos, iconic presidential images. So presidential photographs and iconic images are easily pictured through memory by most Americans and people around the world. The portraits represent a particular period of time for the country and are easily personalized to represent moments from anyone's life. Ronald Barthes wrote about presidential portraits in his work Mythologies, specifically in the chapter Photography and Electoral Appeal. Barthes focused on cognitive and subconscious strategy, public identification, and significance of the creation of portraits for politicians. In 2008, Barack Obama was the Democratic candidate for the President of the United States when a single image defined and fueled his campaign. It was by Shepard Fairey, a moderately known artist, worked with a little-known photograph of the eventual president to represent a modern approach at the many attributes presented by Barthes as vital to an effective presidential portrait. The poster shown is now considered to be the most iconic image of the 2008 presidential election. So Fairey displayed Obama in the way that is extremely representative of the message of his campaign at the time. He is shown in multiple colors, representing his own biracial makeup, his inclusive plan, and nonpartisan agenda. He is shown giving an inquisitive gaze and serious intellectual emotion, which represents a thoughtful and well-prepared leader. The angle of the photograph makes clear the significance of the gaze and many of his motives. Barthes said a three-quarter photograph, much is more common, suggests the tyranny of an ideal. The gaze is lost nobly in the future. It does not confront, it soars. It fertilizes some other domain which is chastely left undefined. The original photo used for the poster was not owned by Fairey and was going to lead to a serious lawsuit, but the Obama campaign decided to embrace the portrait as the iconic image of the campaign. The strategy used by Fairey in support of his candidate clearly utilizes many of the theories relating to self-identification put forth by Barthes through the modern approach. Several years after President Obama's election, Fairey was asked whether or not he felt Obama accomplished what he had hoped for as president. He said, "Obama's had a really tough time, but there's been a lot of things that he's compromised on that I would not have expected. I mean, drones and domestic spying are the last things I would have thought he'd support." So by building an effective poster of Obama in his own eyes, Fairey ended up fueling a rhetoric that may or may not have actually represented Obama's true feelings. Probably not, based on how we know he acted during his time in office. But the fact is, our own values and hopes were portrayed through that poster and put on Obama, whether or not they were genuine. Fairey wanted a candidate to fulfill his wishes as a citizen, so when he created the poster of Obama, he was actually inviting to elect himself, as Barthes would say. So make sure to look past an image and question the true motives of those we entrust with our finances, education, and safety. Let me know what you think of the hope or no hope poster, and what image you believe represents Trump's presidency thus far. Don't forget to subscribe for all the most important shit.
The various.
Fake records.